welcome to This and That Homestead. Today we're making salsa. So this is a mild salsa, so if you want it hotter, just add more pepper and less bell pepper, and this makes 7 pints. Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and start off with washing the tomatoes. We added a little bit of vinegar to the water, and then we're going to put it in the other side and rinse it all off. If there's any spots that you need to cut off, it is easier to cut it off at this point instead of waiting until you've already blanched the tomatoes because they're hot and mushy. If you need to cut on them, it's easier to cut them at this point. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put them on the other side and rinse them off, and then put them up on the counter on a towel so they can start draining, so we can go ahead and wash some more. Okay, so now you need a pan with boiling water and add your tomatoes to it. It usually takes about 30 seconds for them to start cracking, and then you can put them in the cold water. The tomatoes do cool down the water quite a bit, so once they start cracking, you can add them to cold water. Okay, so our tomatoes started cracking, and so now we're going to go ahead and add it to the cold water. If you go ahead and put your hot tomatoes in the cold water and then fill up your basket again and put them in the boiling water, by the time you do that, the tomatoes have cooled down enough that you would be able to go ahead and start peeling them. Okay, so now you need to chop up your tomatoes. You can either chop it up how you want to. We leave ours kind of big. We like it really chunky and big. When you go to cook it, it's going to break down the tomatoes even more. Okay, so now we're going to add everything to the pan. 10 cups of chopped tomatoes. Okay, so now you need 5 cups of chopped onions. 5 cups of bell pepper. 2.5 cups of hot pepper. We have 3 different types of peppers in this bowl, and so that's what we're using. Okay, so we need chopped cilantro. We don't have any fresh, so we're putting in this, and it's 2 tablespoons. Three teaspoons of canning salt. 1 teaspoon of hot sauce, and that's optional if you want that. And 1 1/4 cup of vinegar. Okay, so you can go ahead and turn your stove on high. We need to bring this up to a boil. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and mix this up really well. Okay, so now you want to bring this mixture to a boil and then simmer for 10 minutes. This is a good time to get your jars ready and get them hot. Since this is going to be hot, your jars are going to need to be hot. Okay, so our 10-minute simmer is up and our jars are ready. So now we're ready to fill the jars. Okay, so now I'm going to debubble and push it down. And you may need to add some more liquid or product. You need a 1/4 inch headspace. Okay, so we need to leave a 1/4 head space. Okay, so now you need to get a paper towel with some vinegar on it and wipe the rim down just in case any sediment got on the rim so your lid will seal. And you want your ring finger tight. Now put this jar in the hot water and get another jar out and then repeat the process. Okay, so now you need to go ahead and turn your stove on and bring it up to a boil. You want at least 1 inch above the lid at all times. I need just a little bit more. Alright, that looks good right there. Okay, so you're going to want to go ahead and bring this up to a boil. Once it starts boiling, you want to set your timer for 15 minutes. Alright, so you're going to want to let these sit for 24 hours and then take off the rims, clean the jars. Don't forget to date and write on there what it is. See you next time.